Hi, once again this is Ed from Exotic Blanks. Today we're going to talk about turning between centers. One of the main reasons we're doing this video is because we have a new pen kit, the motorcycle pen kit, and at present bushings are not available for it. So I was kind of, necessity was the mother of this invention. I didn't have the bushings, so I had to figure out how to make the pen without them. So off to turning between centers. As you can see, the first thing to do is to put the blank between a 60-degree live tailstock, which is what you see on your left, and a dead center in the headstock, and that's what you see on the right. Both of those are 60-degree points, and so it's simply a matter of putting the 2 points into the tube. Get it to the point where it has enough push between the two centers that it is driving your blank. This, of course, is going to be fairly easy to make it slip. And that actually isn't a bad thing, because if you get any kind of catch, it will slip rather than push the blank beyond where you can make big chips in it. A couple of times I stopped this to show you that I've made chips in it too. It isn't difficult to chip out a resin, and this particular one is stardust. I'm using black stardust with gold chips in it. So it's a very pretty blank, and I think it'll look good on the motorcycle pen. The diameter that we're shooting for on this pen is 0.45 inches to 0.457 inches. There's a bit of a gap there where you can meet the hardware. The hardware is fairly simple. It's not critical on either end, so it's a fairly simple pen to turn. So what we're aiming for is 4.5 to 4.57. I should say that when I turn like this, I'm not terribly concerned about whether I get little nicks and scratches as I'm doing it. We're nowhere near the finished diameter, and none of the nicks are going to be so deep that they're a problem. So I turn pretty fast and just try to get it done, and then as I get closer and closer to the finished dimension, then I become more careful. As you can see, I'm measuring here, and we're at 5.4, so I've got some turning to do yet. And that's the way that I try to do anything where I'm turning between centers. Just measure it occasionally and then come back and make sure that your measurement is close to right, and work your way down to where you've got it the way you want it. Now this is a smaller skew, and it will get me a lot closer to my finished dimensions, and it's sharper, and I won't be doing any more making nicks and scratches. By the way, when you do have a nick like that, check to see if your ends are both tight. Generally, I almost immediately will tighten the tailstock a little bit more, because I believe most of the time the reason that we get nicks is because we have some vibration, the vibration in that blank, and therefore if you tighten it up, it will make it much easier for you to get a good pass. So keep that in mind, and of course always watch two things. If you're making noises, you can hear scratching noises, you're not 100% where you should be, because you should be very quiet when you turn. You shouldn't hear the tool against that material at all. And of course everything should be coming off in ribbons, and if it's not coming off in ribbons, that also tells you that your technique is not quite there yet. So that's all there is to it. I'm continuing to turn until I get to the right diameter, and then I will sand this, and after sanding I take it to the buffer and buff it out. So you won't see all of the buffing and all that stuff. You'll just see the turning, and once the turning is completed, the sanding. So that's all there was to it.